Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about top 10 things that we truly want from Capcom to do in a Resident Evil 4 remake. With all the leaks and rumors around, the project's existence is hardly a secret to us now, though Capcom hasn't noted on the project's existence. The original version of Resident Evil 4 was undoubtedly legendary and with no doubt game changer, and it's probably the hardest thing that Capcom is trying to approach with remaking this project. And here's my top 10 list that we truly want from Capcom to do in a Resident Evil 4 remake. But before going any further, let me thank you guys for the huge support on my channel. Right now that I'm recording this video, we've passed 50 subscribers, which is great, and the numbers on my channel are hitting sky high, and I wanted to thank you guys for that. And I wanted to say this quickly that more than 90% of you guys aren't actually subscribed, so if you haven't, please make sure to subscribe, and if you have, just double check it. Let's not hesitate anymore. Let's get into the video. QTEs. This one has always been a pain in the ass. Back in the days when Resident Evil 4 was made till like 2010, too many games had QTEs in them. Like, do you remember this crap? I still don't know how I managed to finish this. Anyway, surely QTEs are not used nowadays and they should be cutting Resident Evil 4 QTEs. I mean, like the boulder running thing or even the high potential Krauser knife fight. It was just a cutscene in which you had to just press a bunch of buttons to proceed, but it was so high potential, so I think they're gonna fix it in the remake, but we'll have to wait and see. The Merchant. The lovely merchant, the one who always calls you stranger. Anyway, I would definitely love to know more about him. With Resident Evil 8, we all understood that the merchant and the Duke know each other. It'll surely be interesting to see how. Louis Serra. He is one of the most iconic characters in Resident Evil 4. You meet him at the first place, tied up in a locked closet, and then you meet the chief. We see him various times in the game, and we fight along him, and we also see some documents of him all around the game. Unfortunately, he gets killed by Sadler, but this cool guy surely needs more backstory to him, which they could definitely provide in a remake DLC. Jack Krauser. Leon firstly meets Jack Krauser in Operation Javier, and finally it's reported to him that Krauser is dead, but he returns in RE4 working for Umbrella. I personally want to see more backstory of him on what made him change. The unlockables. In Resident Evil 4, there are so many unlockables that for sure affects the replayability of the game directly. In Resident Evil 4, we had 2 sets of special outfits and a bunch of new weapons like hand cannon, Matilda, infinite rocket launcher, PRL or Plagas removal laser, and the iconic Chicago typewriter, my favorite. They could definitely expand the unlockables by adding numerous challenges and difficulty sets to the game to get more pesetas and purchase them from the merchant, like a bunch of new outfits and attachments and armor. Enemies. We all know that Resident Evil 4 had a variety of tons of enemies. Villagers, the ones in the castle, and the soldiers in the island. All with their unique sets of voice action, animation, and clothing, which made the game quite unique. With Resident Evil 8, we saw quite variant types of enemies. With major improvements in the gaming industry, I'm sure they can make more unique and detailed enemies. Ashley. Resident Evil 4 is all about escorting. In fact, it is actually just an escort mission. In 5 chapters of 18 chapters in Resident Evil 4, we're asked to escort Ashley. But comparing Resident Evil 4 escort mission to other escort mission in other games, I can definitely say that Ashley was the best AI that I have ever escorted. Like no cap, she crouches when you aim, she's always right behind you and follows you. And she always shouts when she's in danger. I know it gets a bit annoying from time to time, but that could be definitely fixed in the remake to make her less annoying. If you have come so far and enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe and drop a like. This channel is brand new and the numbers have been hitting sky high, and you'll make my day if you could consider subscribing. Puzzles. We all know that Resident Evil old games were mainly slow-paced and were all about puzzles. But after Resident Evil 4, puzzles got less mind-twisting and the action got more. I mean, every key to solving any puzzle in this game is in the same area, you just have to look for it. And there is no going back and forth. And the only mind-twisting puzzle in Resident Evil 4 was this puzzle, which you have to solve when you play as Ashley, which is definitely hard. Being faithful or whatnot. So we all know about the things that went on with Resident Evil 3 Remake. The game was awesome, it was hilarious, but it was not a good Resident Evil game. Nemesis was changed, Clock Towers was cut almost entirely, and it wasn't good Resident Evil. So they got two paths to approach: remaking it faithful like Resident Evil 2 Remake, or remaking it not faithful like Resident Evil 3 Remake. In my opinion, Resident Evil 4 feels next gen and does not need a remake actually, but due to that, I think they're actually gonna remake it not faithful. Because let me say, it's definitely not gonna be legendary as Resident Evil 4. I mean, with 25 years of Resident Evil, and Resident Evil 4 was the best, and none of the Resident Evils have ever been better than Resident Evil 4. So I assume Resident Evil 4 Remake is not gonna be as legendary as Resident Evil 4 Original. So I truly want to see more of Resident Evil 4. I mean, we have played it on all platforms, like on phone, on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, whatever. Even there is VR now. I haven't played VR yet, but surely I'll do. But now Resident Evil 4 needs something new, some new backstory, some new views of the game. So I personally think it would be good to remake it not quite faithful to the original. Replayability. All of the things that I just said come to one point: the replayability. I myself have finished Resident Evil 4 like 20 times, and I have to finish it at least once a year. But this is all because the game is so rewarding and replayable. So I hope they could actually add some cool stuff, like the ability to make your weapons infinite and add cool costumes and outfits. This could for sure make the game more unique and replayable. So that was it for 10 things that we truly want from Capcom to do in a Resident Evil 4 remake. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have, please make sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And by the way, over 90% of you guys aren't actually subscribed, so you would make my day if you could consider subscribing. I am uploading Resident Evil videos weekly, like 3 videos a week. I'm sure that's useful and you'll love it, so consider hitting the bell icon to be the first to be notified for the fresh videos, and try not to miss them. Thanks for watching.